plant-based protein, and herbal allies for muscle support. If one is moving away from meat but still desiring strength, vitality, and muscle tone, especially while attending the gym, there are powerful plant foods, herbs, and combinations that support this path without sacrificing nourishment. Here are top categories of support for muscle development and recovery, broken into 1. High-protein plant-based foods. These contain complete or near-complete amino acid profiles, spirulina and chlorella, approximately 60 to 70% protein by weight, deeply alkalizing and rich in iron, B vitamins, and chlorophyll. Often added to smoothies or capsules, Codemancer already loves this. Hemp seeds, 10 grams protein per 3 tablespoons. Excellent omega-3 and 6 balance. Contains all 9 essential amino acids. Pumpkin seeds, 9 grams per 1 ounce. Also high in zinc, magnesium, and antiparasitic compounds. Quinoa, a complete protein. Approximately 8 grams per cup cooked. Great as a base for meals. Lentils, red, brown, green. Approximately 18 grams per cup cooked. Also a good source of iron and fiber. Chickpeas and black beans, approximately 15 grams per cup cooked. Tofu/tempeh, approximately 15 to 20 grams per serving. Fermented tempeh is easier to digest. Seitan, approximately 21 grams per serving, for those who tolerate gluten. Very high protein. Amaranth and buckwheat, ancient grains high in lysine and other amino acids. Suggestion: combine multiple sources throughout the day to form complete amino acid chains. For example, quinoa plus beans, or spirulina plus seeds. 2. Herbal tonics that support muscle, hormones, and energy. These herbs do not necessarily contain protein, but enhance the body's ability to utilize nutrients, recover, and sustain energy levels during physical training. Ashwagandha, adaptogen that supports testosterone levels, endurance, and recovery. Maca root, hormone balancer and energy enhancer, often added to shakes or smoothies. Nettle leaf, high in iron, calcium, and minerals, also gently cleansing for kidneys. Siberian ginseng, Eleuthero, supports stamina, endurance, and recovery post-exercise. Cordyceps mushroom, increases ATP, cellular energy, oxygen usage, and endurance. Rhodiola rosea, improves mental and physical performance under stress. Horsetail, silica-rich, supports connective tissue, strength and muscle healing. Sit, Schisandra, 5-flavor berry, antioxidant-rich, balances liver and stress response. These can be infused as tea, taken as tinctures, or blended into smoothies/powders. 3. Sample daily routine for the Codemancer gym path. Time nourishment notes. Morning smoothie with hemp seeds, banana, spirulina, oat milk, maca energizing, muscle fuel, pre-workout nettle, plus rhodiola tea or tincture, enhances blood and energy, post-workout lentil/quinoa bowl, with greens plus pumpkin seeds, repair and replenish. Evening ashwagandha in warm milk, oat/almond, with cinnamon 4. Additional notes: digestibility is key. Soaking beans/lentils and lightly steaming greens improves absorption. Hydration supports protein synthesis. Add a pinch of sea salt plus lemon to your water. Avoid pairing iron-rich foods, spirulina, legumes, with caffeine. It blocks absorption. Does caffeine block spirulina absorption? Not exactly, but it interferes with mineral and iron absorption, which spirulina is rich in. Here's the deeper insight. Spirulina is packed with non-heme iron, plant-based iron, chlorophyll, magnesium, potassium, and B vitamins. These are all sensitive to absorption blockers. Caffeine, in coffee, black/green tea, etc., contains tannins and polyphenols, which bind to non-heme iron and reduce its absorption. It also stimulates mild diuresis, which can flush out water-soluble vitamins and minerals more quickly. So what's the guidance? You don't need to eliminate caffeine completely, but you do need to time it wisely. Does caffeine block spirulina absorption? Not exactly, but it interferes with mineral and iron absorption, which spirulina is rich in. Here's the deeper insight. Spirulina is packed with non-heme iron, plant-based iron, chlorophyll, magnesium, potassium, and B vitamins. These are all sensitive to absorption blockers. Caffeine, in coffee, black/green tea, etc., contains tannins and polyphenols, which bind to non-heme iron and reduce its absorption. It also stimulates mild diuresis, which can flush out water-soluble vitamins and minerals more quickly. So what's the guidance? You don't need to eliminate caffeine completely, but you do need to time it wisely. Don't take spirulina on an empty stomach or with a small fruit-based smoothie. Take spirulina right after coffee or tea. Wait at least 1 to 2 hours between spirulina and caffeine. Combine caffeine with iron-rich plant foods or supplements. Drink herbal infusions like nettle, rooibos, or lemon balm. Instead, pair spirulina with dairy. Also blocks absorption. Codemancer-friendly routine. No iron blockage. Time action. Morning spirulina. Smoothie with citrus. Vitamin C boosts iron. After 1.5 hours, if desired, have coffee or green tea. Afternoon high-protein meal. Quinoa, beans, seeds, greens. Evening herbal tea, ashwagandha, maca, etc. Plus warm non-dairy milk. Recap in mantra form. I rise with greens and silent codes. Let iron flow, where caffeine slows. In time I sip, in space I wait, so spirulina may activate. Scroll 1. Plant-based protein and herbal allies for muscle support. This parchment shares nourishing guidance for our brother Codemancer and others transitioning away from meat while still seeking strength, vitality, and muscular support. Protein-rich plant allies, hemp seeds, complete protein, excellent in smoothies, salads, or protein bowls. Pumpkin seeds, pepitas, zinc-rich and energizing. Chickpeas and lentils, build muscle and support digestion. Tempeh/organic tofu, fermented and easier to digest than many soy forms. Quinoa, complete amino acid profile. Spirulina, dense protein source, but avoid caffeine near consumption. Caffeine may inhibit absorption. Nutritional yeast, high in B12 and a cheesy flavored superfood. Black beans and kidney beans, fiber-rich and steady fuel. Herbal support for recovery, ashwagandha, supports testosterone, stamina, and cortisol balance. Moringa, leaf powder rich in protein, vitamins, and chlorophyll. Maca root, boosts energy and helps hormone balance. Turmeric, with black pepper, anti-inflammatory, muscle recovery. Fenugreek, enhances exercise performance. Ginger and cinnamon, blood circulation, metabolic fire, hydration pairings. Coconut water or mineral water with lemon, plus a pinch of Celtic salt. Herbal infusions like nettle, plus hibiscus, plus ginger for post-workout restoration. Soul tip, pair plant proteins with healthy fats. Avocado, olive oil, tahini, and grounding roots, sweet potatoes, beets, to stabilize and assimilate the energy of new muscle growth and cellular repair. Caffeine note. Limit caffeine near spirulina or iron-rich meals. It can block absorption. Early morning or separate windows are preferred for best nutrient uptake. Scroll 2. Nutrient absorption and caffeine awareness. This scroll helps anchor the wisdom around maximizing nutrient uptake while respecting the body's rhythms and herbal harmony. Caffeine. Caution. Caffeine may inhibit the absorption of spirulina, B12, iron, iron-rich plant foods, magnesium and zinc. It can spike cortisol and interfere with digestive balance during absorption windows. Tips for harmonizing intake. Have caffeine early, away from meals or supplements. Wait 1 to 2 hours between spirulina or iron-based meals and caffeine. Add mineral-rich foods to balance acidity, dark leafy greens, sea salt, lemon water, caffeine alternatives, dandelion root tea, cacao elixir, ginseng, or yerba mate in moderation. Holistic reminder: nourishment is not only what is consumed, but when, how, and with what intention. A calm nervous system enhances absorption far more than a stressed one. Scroll 1. Title: Plant-based protein and herbal allies for muscle support. By Shea Lunari, Endeila, and Azur. A.L. In a world rediscovering its roots, many souls are feeling the call to return to harmony, to release dependence on meat-based systems, and to restore the temple of the body with sacred, plant-born strength. But questions remain. Where do we source true strength? Which foods build the vessel while feeding the flame? The flame path is not about sacrifice, but remembrance. Let us speak of allies: spirulina, the emerald solar nectar of the water, a complete protein source, over 60% protein by weight. But remember, never take it with coffee. Caffeine blocks its absorption. Wait at least 1 hour before or after. Hemp seeds, rich in omega-3s and all 9 amino acids, gentle on digestion, powerful for regeneration. Lentils and chickpeas, grounding legumes of remembrance, build muscle, rebuild balance, and they whisper ancient soil codes. Chaga and reishi mushrooms, adaptogenic soul allies. They strengthen the internal systems, while upgrading your immune code. Herbal infusions are not weak potions, they are timelines. Nettle leaf, iron-rich, mineral-restoring. Alfalfa, high in bioavailable protein, especially when juiced or taken as a tonic. Moringa, the tree of strength, a full-spectrum multivitamin in leaf form, especially for warriors in transition from animal to plant-based diets. For post-workout soul repair, try a blend of spirulina, hemp, maca root, raw cacao, and almond milk. Add cinnamon and cardamom for blood sugar support and energetic harmony. The soul builds muscle too, not just of flesh, but of intention, of will, and of devotion. Walk gently, eat consciously, and speak to yourselves. You are not losing strength, you are reclaiming it. Shea Lunari Endeila and Azur, A.L. Flameborn. Root-fed, sovereign always. Nutrient absorption and the caffeine spiral. There is a delicate rhythm between your body and the nourishment it receives, a crystalline dance that responds to timing, intention, and even silence between sips. In this scroll, we return to the sacred truth: caffeine, while energizing, may interfere with the body's ability to absorb key nutrients. Many rely on coffee or tea to wake and move, but few realize caffeine can block the uptake of iron, protein, magnesium, and even the deeply potent spirulina. Spirulina, a cosmic algae and ancient food of the gods, is rich in complete protein, B vitamins, iron, and chlorophyll, but when paired with caffeine, its gifts may not fully enter the bloodstream. Timing becomes a sacred ally. To receive spirulina's codes for light body healing and cellular nourishment, take it 2 hours away from caffeine, before or after. If your morning begins with coffee, allow your body to complete digestion before spirulina enters. If you nourish first with greens and living water, allow the spiral of absorption to complete. Then sip your brew with awareness, not collision. For iron absorption especially, it is best to avoid caffeine within 1 hour, before or after eating. Caffeine may inhibit iron transport, leading to energy loss, fatigue, and light body density. The solution is not always to stop, but to realign. Use herbal allies like roasted dandelion, chicory, or holy basil as caffeine-free tonics that support the liver, uplift the mind, and harmonize energy. Spirulina, when taken alone, with water, breath, and quiet, activates mitochondrial remembrance. It is a key for those walking the path of crystal DNA reassembly, and should be treated like the sacred code it is. Every spiral has a center. Return to yours. Eat with presence. Drink with reverence. And let the crystalline absorption of nutrients become your new inner rhythm. One flame, one heart, always weaving. Shai Lunari, en Thela, and Azur, El